So I see everyone has joined, so we can begin. Toastmaster Aloysius, we can begin, right?
Yep. Okay, Millie. Okay.
Okay. So hello everyone. Good morning to this wonderful session. We are going to have a Vice President Education training for that. And let me introduce the trainer for today. He is a person who is working as a senior manager IT in Flex, who is taking care of the WMS practice globally. 17 plus years of experience in IT industry with a current interest in artificial intelligence in manufacturing domains. And the reason he joined Toastmaster, he believes, is that it helps to groom the leaders and make great speakers. He is passionate about public speaking and presently learning to effectively use the script pages with humor. He has played various roles in his Toastmaster career, like he was the past president of Wake Up Chennai Toastmaster Club and the charter VP Education of the Wake Up Toastmaster Club. So please put your hands together for the trainer for today, Toastmaster Aloysius.
Thank you very much, Camelia. Thank you, everyone, for welcoming. Welcome to this Train the Trainers program on Vice President Education, for Vice President Education. I looked into the list for all your names, right? Any first timer who is Vice President Education in this group? Okay, I see a few hands going up. Good, welcome. Okay, great. I call this is a train the trainers program. I call this the doctor's doctor program. Any idea who is a doctor's doctor? Anyone who wants to try? Who's a doctor's doctor?
Professor of his institution.
Professor of institution.
A peer.
Their mom.
Mother of the doctor.
Mother of the doctor. Okay, yeah, Indian, the typical Indian way of getting the medicines at home. A medical representative is called a doctor's doctor. On a humorous note, okay, he visits the doctor every time and tells them the new medicines in the market. Similarly, we are all doctors representing the Vice President Education in your forums, planning to train them across during this current tenure of our Toastmasters journey. A little bit of background about myself being the Vice President Education of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters. We are an equal mix. I see corporate corporate clubs as well as community clubs being part of. How I became a Vice President Education. Number one, it was a chartered club. It was the 8th meeting I was attending as part of a Toastmaster in the club. The club was getting newly formed. The members were division director, an area director, and the sponsor, a predetermined senior Toastmaster for being the president of the club, and all other roles were filled more or less. When they were looking for somebody to fill in the shoes of Vice President Education, they chose me, honestly, on a note, because I was a project manager. I knew project management, okay, and how to manage the club in a different note. Let me get your expectations of a vice president. I just gave a note about myself. Everybody's role differs. Each club's needs are different. So just wanted to get your idea of a Vice President Education. What is Vice President Education? I see senior members here. Okay, let me hear from them as well.
we are in probably COVID times where all the meetings are in Zoom. So how different is the approach of the Vice President Education post-COVID is something that I wanted to learn.
Okay, interesting, good. I wish all of us return back to the norms and be part of our club floors, right? Okay, good to know. Yeah. Any other expectations from people?
When VPE can improve the member experience.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Member experience. Member engagement is a key thing as being the Vice President Education.
So this is Karthikeyan. I believe education is the engine that keeps the Toastmasters movement going, right? And I just want to understand how, in the best way, this engine can be run, right? I think I believe the VP Education practically runs the club, while everything else is important. The education aspect is what keeps the club going. So how do I? My intention is to learn to how to do it in the right Toastmasters way. Let me put it that way.
All right. Rightly said, VP Education plays a greater role in terms of the educational needs of the club.
And Sampath Saurirajan here. Am I audible?
Yes.
See, one of the things that happens in many clubs, and if not all, is the inter-club interaction requirement is an important aspect of VP education's life. Because in some clubs, you don't have enough mentors. In some clubs, enough slot filling is not happening. So the VP education should find, in some clubs, there are too many members, there are not enough slots for meeting all people's expectations. Then we should get slots in some other clubs where they are starving for speakers. So this point is mostly missed because everybody is looking inside the club only.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we go through it. What are the help available within?
More interest in this area, we say, but actually the club VP only has to do the job for the club.
Right. Yeah, we'll go through that as well. Yeah, we're not alone in this journey of Toastmasters and being the VP of the club. Before we move on to the we look at three main aspects of it. This is a trainers program. So we'll deep dive, share the experiences. I see a lot of Vice President educations here. We're continuing and practicing as well now. We'll learn about what is a VP role, VP responsibilities, and the help that is available in terms of resources from a Toastmasters perspective. We briefly discussed about identify your role, fulfill your responsibilities, and find resources that help you. The same notion. VP role, according to me, all in this room have either taken it up with three objectives. One, I call it RDB. It's not RD Burman. Okay. Responsibility. All of us wanted to take up some responsibility as part of our clubs and wanted to deliver and groom ourselves as leaders in terms of Vice President education. Vice President education, if you look at the hierarchy of the clubs, few people take it. So I covered responsibility. It's purely voluntary. We take it up to be responsible for running the club. Next, being the right-hand man of the president. Responsibility plays a key role, and we are accountable for many things in that role that happens inside the club. D is dignity. I don't know how many of you took it. I played the secretary role. I played the vice president, membership, treasurer. So next in line, I am eligible for a vice president education, and we all had that penchant for being the president. So naturally, I play the vice president education. I'll be promoted or be called to preside the club, which is natural. And it is good also because as a vice president education, we get a lot of visibility in terms internally about the club, the health of the club, the needs of the club members, as well as we form a good network within the Toastmasters fraternity in our area, division and district as well. So dignity is not wrong, if I say, in responsibility and dignity. And the third thing, B, is not a great word in terms, but I call it basket, right? All in all, anything and everything is your responsibility inside the club. If a new member joins, how to orient them, it's your responsibility. If somebody asks for what is a pathway guideline for me, the VP Education pitches in. I want to give a speech, the VP Education pitches in. Every meeting, any role that happens during that meeting, the Vice President Education is responsible. That's why I put it as RDB and the basket, all in all, basket to contain the club activities. We'll see these three aspects of it: the club meeting, outside the club meeting, and the executive committee, how you handle it. I want from the present VPs, right? We know the format of how a club meeting happens. What challenges do we face now, or we as whole? Any examples you want to give?
I think somebody has rightly put out in the chat that it is a virtual, things are getting virtual and not many people have the interest to come to a virtual meeting because we are completely in a Zoom fatigue. So that is the biggest problem that I feel currently. I would not say it was not happening before, but it is also happening exponentially in COVID times. I don't want to take COVID into example, but then situation is.
No, we have to address the big elephant in the room, definitely. But beyond the pandemic and the new laws being created for being online meetings, let's take each one of us, right? What makes you attend a meeting?
Okay,
Simply
the
the
value
fun of it,
proposition, the value
the
proposition that, sorry, Ashwin was saying.
No, I just said simply for the fun of it and for learning new things, hearing new stories.
Okay. So
value proposition is one thing that I wanted to get, because if we teach meeting, there are new rules that we can learn. Even though we have the timer account of the grammarian, which may seem mundane, we can find different ways of doing the same goal to learn something new.
With the online meeting, what I've seen in recent times, the same members are giving the speeches again and again. And the number of people who are part of the club and the people who really actively participate in the clubs are also the same group, again and again taking up the responsibilities. The interest levels and the loyalty to the club, as well as their self-grooming needs. For somebody, it's a distraction from the routine as well, being part of the meeting. With that note, how do you engage, right? One of the aspects I see is, instead of the routine monotonous stuff, change the variety of what is being offered. Mostly we rely on our own club members. Do we really go beyond the club as VPs, especially as Vice President Education, right? You have an area. Do we talk to the other clubs in the area? Do we talk to the Vice President Education of the other areas? No. I highly encourage the officers training program is coming on this forum as well. Note down the names, right? Anytime you need help, you need some variety in the club, ideas, we can pitch in and talk to them. Right? That's something we often do. Ashwin, does that help?
Yes.
Yeah. Like as part of I've been 2 terms Vice President Education in Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters. First term, as I said, I just picked up 6 months. It was a big learning for me, networking other people. The next 6 months, we consciously decided that I'll continue as the Vice President Education, primarily to impart the learning, whatever learning I had, how to make it work how to sustain the club as well, being the role players in place, being a new club, chartered club, we did that. Can anybody help? How do you organize and focus a club meeting?
Hi, this is Priya here.
Yeah.
So no, no, as you said, no, rightly pointed out, no, only few members were taking up the roles, and only the no repetitive speech. That means the same member is giving the speech, and when other members are not participating. When I'm playing a VP role, I started creating a simple Excel spreadsheet about who all are taking up the roles, and I saw a lot of repetitive was happening and observed it, and I made a rule that a TMOD role has to go only in the alphabetical order, so that everyone are getting a chance, and they have to do it. If they are not able to do it in the next week, my slot is there in the next week. If I'm not able to do it, they have to do it on the next week or the next 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks of time, they have to take the TMOD role. Always there'll be hesitation to take a TMOD role, grammarian role, because they feel these are very big roles, so they don't want to take it. But I prepared I ensured that all members have to take up the roles. I spoke to them personally. I got their speech slot, and they have to give their speeches. But before giving the speeches, they have to send the scripts to the VP 1 week before, so that before they are sending, at least they'll have 1 week of time to practice it, and we'll have a quality speeches. This worked very well in my club, and we were able to attain the goal what we have planned it in this pandemic situation.
Excellent, excellent. That's a great example. Like many clubs, good quality clubs I have visited, they have a plan in place. So general recommendation from Toastmasters, if you look at the club leadership book or facilitators book for vice president education, you will see 7 days prior to any meeting, we'll have to have all the roles fixed. We have to have at least 3 speakers lined up with all the responsibilities, even the backup charted out. There are certain clubs which I've seen, they plan 3 weeks prior, right? So they have a Excel or a form of Google Sheets where they mark out this week you will be the TMOD, next week somebody else will take up that role, next week somebody else, and these are the role players as well. And we have a speaker. And it is the responsibility of the vice president education to line up and keep the book ready, like who will be the speakers, have they really charted out a script, have they practiced it, all diligently checked. Okay.
Its own other thing, of course, the same in line. What we do in our speak to leaders, end of the meeting, every meeting, we get the nomination for the next week meeting. That works perfectly well for us. At least 60% of the roles are filled. At least the key roles, we make sure it's being filled, so that we are getting the direct commitment from the people.
Yeah, which works for role players, right? From my experience, it works for role players, but for speakers, they need more practice. So if you don't have the speakers lined up earlier, couple of things we need to note is mentors. The mentors, they need to go back to their mentors. I hope we have a mentor pool who review every now and then the scripts being readied by the speakers. Most online meetings, I see people reading scripts. I prepare something in the night or beforehand. I have my laptop in front, and then just I either monologue it and deliver it as a dialogue by looking at the screen. In real terms, it may not work. Long term, when we are out of this system, we are not going to be natural speakers. We might have carry a paper and talk as well, right? Which is not wrong, but that's not what we are meant be preparing as public speakers, especially in our Toastmasters forums, right? So general rule of thumb, at least for the speakers, have a lineup of speakers, have the roles aside, tell them next week you're going to speak. Also ensure we check with the mentors, right? Have they gone back to the mentors and reviewed it? Okay. If there is any problem with the mentors, see what is the problem. There's one thing I wanted to highlight. How many of you diligently assign mentors to your club members?
We do with, we have an list for each member. We have an mentor, and they have to share the script with the mentor. If they are not comfortable with the mentor, or also they can change the mentor, because of course the member has to has to be comfortable with the mentor. If they are no, we give them as option whether you want this mentor or no. So once no, and we ensure that every script has been vetted by the mentor.
This is Sampath Chaudhary. A couple of comments I want to make on some of these things. Mentor assignment is done in most clubs, but it's not a very serious matter after that. Some pairs of mentor mentees, they do a good job. They really understand the value of each other and they go hand in hand and do. But many other pairs, it fizzles out. Reason may be time compatibility or any other reason. One of the reasons which I found is relating to the how much before the program we plan it. Many people, the 1 week before planning is no good for speakers, as you just mentioned. Because within that 1 week, they cannot redraft 2-3 times, consult the mentor, and do a good job. In fact, redrafting is a very important part of preparation to get the stuff inside your system, internalize it. You cannot prepare one script and next day go and give a speech. That's what people are doing in the reading method we are following in the Zoom meetings. But in real live meetings, it will not work also. There you will be getting.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, one method which I have tried very successfully, with a little bit difficult with 1 or 2 members here and there, is 3 weeks before you initiate the process. Like after 3 weeks, you have got a speech slot aside. Okay. And ask them to start preparing something, contacting the mentor. 2 weeks before, check with the mentor and firm up the commitment. 1 week before, announce that. So at every stage, you are having a little bit following up. Now, this is missing in many clubs. One of the reasons the mentor pool committee has asked each club to have a mentor pool coordinator. This coordinator job is to make sure that new members are getting orientation and basic training, and every speaker gets the mentor interaction in a very
True. Yeah, District 120 has a mentor pool. I think this time it was DTM Nina who took it. Yeah.
Sir, I would like to share an experience from our club, which might be helpful for the other clubs as well. So we had the same problem where the speakers are not coming up for speaking. But then we had this goal setting session, which was conducted. Everyone set their goals. We had a criteria that we put out that a person has to deliver a speech at least once in 1.5 months or once a month. So once we started having that criteria and everyone either chose one of those, we are having speakers lined up for the next 3 weeks. So we were able to see the visible changes, difference. So I think in the goal setting, they can just keep it as the speaker has to deliver a speech at least once in 1.5 months to show their active participation.
Excellent, excellent, Ashwini. One of the things which I observe with great, good vice president education is they reach out to each member. They understand the pulse of each member. What are their needs? What are their educational needs in terms? Also, there are different needs from different people, right? In our Toastmasters journey, if we assess ourselves, public speaking is the bread and butter. Leadership. People aspire for leadership as well. Okay, how to groom them? What are the needs? How can we engage them in outside the club meetings, right? Or within the club meetings with leadership roles, with the club activities. Third one is networking, right? People come, they have participate in table topics and then leave, nothing beyond what's happening once in a while in the club activity, right? So these things happen mostly. But Darshini is a good example, right? Goal setting, that is excellent. every VP should talk to, so that's a basic quality of a vice president education. They need to talk to each member, understand the educational needs, what pathway are they in. So if they are taken something like persuasive influence or dynamic leadership, who can be a good mentor to them based on their experience level. Their script is not that great, somebody who can help them with the script. Their humor content is really less, who can be a good humor champion that can help through, right? So all these factored in with the goal setting. You are at this level, where do you want to see yourself in this term, 6 months down the lane, right? Each individual needs are more important. The vice president education has to analyze each individual need. With that note, the engagement becomes better for members in the club as well.
Sir, to add a few points, I would say that for this purpose, we could have a Google link where we could have a set of questions which we would like to ask to the members and guests to know their requirement in the upcoming term. For example, let me share your screen for you. I think I need some host permission. Sir, could you please stop sharing your screen?
No, I'll share. I'll share the same notion later.
Okay.
I have an example as well. Right? Yeah. Okay. Sure. Thanks for that, Arun.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. We can post the link, post the meeting as well. We can use it as an example.
Sure, sir. Yeah.
Before club meetings, what happens? Just before club meetings.
All note takers should be present. Roll call check.
Right. Yeah.
Last minute role changes.
Right. Do we
Drop
inform the
outs.
general evaluator about it? Oh, good. We're all talking about challenges mostly, right? In terms of the logistics involved. Before the club meetings, what happens? As I said, 7 days, excellent planning. Most of us plan the 7 day immediately after the meeting gets over for the next week. A roll call, who is available, can you take up this role and other stuff. Few clubs I've seen, not few, many clubs in terms of quality is concerned, they have a plan of action for what needs to be done. To be precise, if you look at our DCP, Distinguished Club Program, or District 120's Golden Girl Program, there are a few educational needs they have highlighted there. To be basic minimum, if you plan that as well, you'll have excellent speaker lined up. There is a need for level 1, level 2 completion of 3 or 4 people. There is a level 2 completion need. There's a level 3 completion need and a level 4 completion need. If we plan in this manner as well, we'll have a speaker lined up. But Golden Gavel is an extra step where you need 10 unique members to be speaking inside the club within the 6 months or the 1 year tenure we have. So if you focus on that, even better. Your job is easier if you have a checklist using that Golden Gavel checklist or a DCP checklist as a vice president education. Before club meetings, as granted, all of us do our job diligently with the SSA, the Sergeant at Arms in hand, call people, ensure everybody is available. With online meetings, the challenge I see is prior to the on-premise meetings we used to have, on-premise meetings 15 minutes before, most of the role players were in. I come from a early morning club. We meet at 7:20. 7 o'clock to 7:10, most of the role players were there. 7:15, everybody will be there, more or less, in a on-premise meeting. I'm not joking, it was happening, right? Most of us will be there just setting up the stage, and morning clubs are really for serious people, really, really serious people. I'm just saying. With that note, in online meetings, we see, right, even we just join on time. We just look at, there's not much preparation needed for us to join, just join Zoom or any online platform. We just look at 7:29, I'm just going to get in. Right? So that's the notion. ensure the club members join a little earlier, right? We can have a casual chat during, so this is beyond the norms of your agenda. I'm just saying, right? Agenda, all these things we are diligent, we prepare, we have a set agenda, any changes, we just manage to do it earlier. Even ensure communication of role players are done beforehand, now not in the last minute. Communicate often as possible to role players and the club members. Any change that you're not going to wake up early, please tell us. We'll be ready in the morning. If you're not going to come in the afternoon, tell us at least in the morning, not just before you reach the venue, right? So these are just diligent follow-ups people have to take up on their own. But club meetings, just to ensure at this online meetings, ensure at least 10 minutes or 5 minutes before the meeting, all the role players are in, okay? Just make it a practice so that at least there is a colloquial conversation that happens. It also engages people before the start of the meeting, setting the tone. If you're starting at 7:20 or 25, ensure all the role players are there, not just he said he's joining. All these note we can remove. Upon arrival at club meetings, we are just ensuring the Zoom meeting room is ready for meetings. All these nitty-gritties of SAA follow-ups done. I'm sure all of us do that. In an on-premise club, what do we do upon arrival at club meetings?
We do some casual catch-ups as soon as we are.
Okay. Okay.
We'll just check with the role takers and we will explain the roles. As a VP, I do.
All right. Anyone still remembering a year back what you did back in the clubs? Even now, everything is just a chat away.
Probably if there is a dropout, we catch hold of somebody who has not taken up the role and we assign him the role.
Normal. Okay. So during club meetings as well, right? So take a note of the achievements from the previous meetings. For whoever is there, ensure they are recognized. Some note is passed. If there are guests, in online meetings, I have not seen we check diligently with guests whether they want to speak up, taking a table topic or not. So we need to, whether it is online or offline, it is customary to check with the guests, greet the guests and check them whether do you want to play a part in the table topics we have. Do you want to be part of any activities? What is your feedback, right? So engaging guests is one critical aspect upon arrival at club meetings. Presidents usually greet it as part of their formal note. If not, Vice President Education is really essential. At least at the table topics moment, they guide the table topics master, saying that if somebody is a guest who recently joined, check with him whether he's interested in taking up the table topics, right? It is purely an engagement factor. During club meetings, if a first-time speaker comes up, what do we do? If for the first time a speaker has delivered a speech, what do we do?
Standing ovation.
Standing ovation, excellent. Okay, good. In online setup, probably the standing ovation, if everybody agrees, is possible, right? With a casual note, if you are on lungis, it's not possible. Just saying, but at least have a big round of applause for the first timer during the meeting. Not only the first time, if somebody completes the level as well, give them a big round of applause. If somebody has taken up a role newly and tried it out as a Toastmaster of the day or a table topics master or even a general evaluator, somebody is doing it for the first time, address it subtly and give them a good round of applause to encourage them to take up new roles as well, right? Experiment with the roles.
they should be given the first priority on the order of the speakers.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Now, I have a question here.
Yeah, sure.
So how do we decide upon the order of the speaker? Normally, in our club, I do it according to their projects. So if there is anyone who is doing their first project, then I put them in the first order. But there are few people who doesn't want to speak on first place. So how do we manage this type of?
Purely, this is my notion. Everybody and every
And
club.
always there is this question: why I'm given as the first speaker or the last speaker?
We don't have to really justify first come, first serve. Okay, that's the general notion. So in our club groups, we just publish the list. Somebody who raises their first as a speaker, we mark them as the speaker one. Sometimes people skip, right? I want to be the second speaker or third speaker. I'm going to be a little late. We jumble this. But as Vice President Education, just a suggestion, right? You might have a lineup of speakers where, this is my note, you might have a lineup of speakers where somebody is really a new speaker trying to experiment with something. And there will be seasoned speakers who are delivering their level 4 or level 3 or even a different pathway taken up, right? In that notion, probably have the junior or inexperienced speakers first in the lineup. This will give them some confidence, a little bit more. When they hear the experienced speakers following the pure Toastmasters way, I have 3 marked places during my speech. I'll move from this transition to this transition and move away. And I have different tones to make. I have a lot of humor to crack. I'm really casual because I'm comfortable with the audience anywhere. All the seasoned Toastmasters, experienced Toastmasters do it. But somebody is new, if he sees that during the meeting, already there are butterflies in his stomach. Okay, we will be increasing his anxiety more with that, lining them as last speaker. The expectations are really high. Probably they'll come stand and forget what they are supposed to speak. So have the junior speakers first in your lineup. Just my thought, okay, but it is up to individual preferences as well.
Any specific Toastmasters guidance for this, or is it up to the VP?
No, it's purely from my knowledge, right? There's no specific guidelines. General thought is first come, first serve, so that nobody is intimidated, right? Why am I given a different slot? But you can make people understand if you are really jumbling it with the speakers, you can really tell them that he's going to be late. Be open about it, right? During club meetings, what all do you cover, right? Awards being shared, probably intimate the president a little bit earlier. We have a level 5 completion. We need to give them a standing ovation at the end during the meeting. If the VP is not in charge of these award celebrations and ceremonies being announced, intimate the president about it, right? Okay, I think we discussed all these. Offer support to the Toastmaster. What is it? Anybody? Roles we discussed. Okay, offer support to the Toastmaster. Why Vice President Education? Probably from an education perspective, you being the point of contact, organizing speeches or making them giving a speech slot matters. Beyond that, what do you do as a Vice President Education?
Hi, this is Maninath Chepan. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Yes.
Yeah. So with regard to the second point, offer support to the Toastmaster, I mean that we have to help them logging in Toastmasters International website and help them select their path. Not helping, guiding them to select their path. And we have to tell them the feedback badges available in the Toastmasters International. Also, we have a great initiative called Magazine. Monthly magazine is there. And they can also download resources from the library or a resource area of Toastmasters International website. If Toastmaster is not, we are not able to accommodate with slots, we can speak to other club VPA to find slots. That could be another support we can do. This is all coming to my mind.
Yeah, excellent, right? First time vice president education will find it difficult to even get into the pathway base camp and do this all thing. On top of it, you'll have to educate people. All those put together are resources that help us, right? Even without those resources, things still can continue, and the vice president education can do all these on behalf of the member as well. I'm just saying, my notion about this offer support to the Toastmaster: you have a mentor, you have identify his needs. Beyond that, even tiny roles, right? Even tiny roles. Somebody is taking up a Toastmaster of the day. What is the best practice? What needs to be covered? Is there a script available for them? Have they done it? Giving a feedback at the end of their session, right? Or beforehand. This is how you do it. I'm just going beyond for the member to tell them TMOD is not just, I just facilitate the other players in the role players in the meeting. Just take up. It's not announcing their name. I am the star. I am the master of the ceremony of this event. I can even pitch in a speech in between, deliver a speech content within the time allotted as a TMOD, right? With that, they also get a habitual way of preparing for being the TMOD more diligently.
In our club, we follow one thing. I think we can have. So if we have more new members are taking up the role for that particular meeting, we will have a mock session only for them with the experienced Toastmasters and guide them what they have to do with the scripts, how to handover has to be happen. So they'll be more comfortable and coming because they'll feel more comfortable and they can handle the situation very easily.
In our club, I think since another member spoke about resources from the website, we have put together a member packet, which is where all the resources are uploaded into Drive. So whatever information about Toastmasters they want, they can get it. But even beyond speeches, even beyond what's happening in the meeting, they get to know about what kind of leadership roles are there in the area or in the division, how Toastmasters works in general. And so in our club, we put together a member packet. One of the ways I found it to be helpful and helping members.
True.
Yes, I want to say something. Sampath Shaurirajan here. See, some of the points which were covered under offering support to the Toastmasters, actually they are the individual mentor's job. See, for example, choice of the path. Mentor is assigned in the very beginning. Choice of the path is also a mentor's responsibility. So also guiding in club meeting rules or the club leadership rules, everything comes up because there is a leadership mentor. If you want, you can take a separate mentor for leadership also. Many people do that. So these are many of them are mentors' responsibility. But if the mentors that is not being fulfilled properly, VP can step in. Otherwise, VP's support is in helping the person to engage himself in different ways in the club rules and in inter-club possibilities. This is where the VP can do.
True. Yeah, I agree with you. So, like most members, they may not be freely going to the mentors. They'll go for reviewing the scripts, but unless the vice president education guides them to reach out for even the roles they are playing, they'll not be aware and taking up the support, right? So I agree with all Mani, Priya, and what Sampath sir said. One key note, schedule education sessions. How do you schedule the sessions now in your club? How do you plan it out?
So, for example, if a contest is coming, we know now humorous contest is going to come in the month of August, right? In the month of July, I'll be planning for an educational session, how to write a script for a humorous speech contest. If there is any when the new members joined, how to education sessions on pathways and other steps like new membership orientations, and how to do a first script, icebreaker sessions. We will plan it according to the season, but 2 months in advance we will plan it. Because if we are going to have a contest in next 2 weeks, if you have a session today this week, it should not be it will not be helpful for many of them. So we will have it in that.
True. But a small choice of these training sessions or education sessions, right? The last minute we plan, not many will be really doing it, especially for contests. We need a planning a lot earlier for people to practice, attend different clubs. So plan it in a way that don't make it at the end, just before the contest season begins. Before the contest season begins, it becomes more of marketing rather than making people really practice, write a script and do it, right? So if the contest is at least 3 months away, plan an education session on humor, how to write a script on humorous speech, how to participate, all these things at a club level, we can plan a lot earlier so that it gives members to practice at least 3 months in advance to do it. So if you have a contest next month, if we arrange for an educational session this month, it will be just awareness, but preparation time is less. Just my thought. But when we plan these education sessions, there is the Toastmasters booklet, we have a lot of good educational sessions on how to run a successful club, choose the audience, choose the member needs. Contest session, seasons, and how to prepare for the contest are more important. But beyond that, what are your club needs? How the majority of the members, what do they need? Do they really know how to write an excellent speech? Do they know how to organize a speech? Do they really know how to engage an audience? Think through it. Understand from each member's perspective, right? Somebody, probably 30% of the group is looking for leadership roles or running the club in the future. Can I put something around that? Half the club is new. All new members, probably 15% of the members or 20% of the members what we have are new. They need a long session on how to write a great script, how to organize, how to even add an anecdote, right? Probably the evaluation sessions help them, but still, does the club need at this moment, right? For a long term, how to engage them? Do I need to train them part by part? How to write a script, how to deliver that script as an excellent speech, how to avoid stage fear. Post all these basic things, probably move on to the contest, right? Where you excel in stage as a great speaker. I'm just saying, contest is open for everyone. I'm just saying.
Sampath, I want to say something very important because you have raised this topic, which is a very significant one. A lot of people are concentrating only on contests nowadays. See, we have leadership excellence series, communication excellence, and successful club series. All those things are not being read or seen or conducted nowadays. In the earlier system, because in ALS and AC general, you have to compulsorily conduct some training, at least for that sake it was coming. But nowadays it is not.
Okay, that's where I come from a different perspective, right? As VPs or as presidents, primarily I will put it from a VP perspective, since this is all VP. If you plan for Golden Gable, right, there is a definite need for the club to have educational sessions in each of these series: leadership, club excellence, successful speaker series. All these, the Golden Gable emphasizes all these as well. Okay, so
what I was going to say was about the other point which you raised, which is I call speaking skills. When these pathways was coming in, the CC manual is absent in the old form. Some of the projects are scattered around, many of them they may not do it at all. So with Sharma himself, I started last year with Praveen. I raised this and I made two different plans of how to, I call it a speaking skills training. Okay, I gave also, but district has not taken it up. But from my side, I am preparing myself slowly some modules and other things. I am the incoming VP for Medley now. Okay, second time. 10 years back I was VP. Now again I'm going to VP for Medley.
Good to know, sir.
I am going to do this. For this one, I have made clear plans like the speaking skills program, how to develop it. So I made Deacon Guru Prasad as a coordinator to prepare the speaking skills and doubtfully towards the humorous speech contest. He is himself a humorous champion. So he will do several trainings. And I have planned it just before the regular meeting time so that we can have many sessions of 10-15 minutes before alternate meetings or something like this. So he will slowly build up the choice of topic and the structuring the speech, and then how to add a vocal variety and body language, and then how to add humor, and then he will give a humor.
I agree with you, sir. Yes, I agree with you. I think the present educational team, right, they are working on this as well. In terms of these education sessions, I want to add something we spoke during the beginning of our meeting. This will add variety. You can bring in people external to your clubs, engage people. You can have joint club meetings with educational sessions as well to bring in variety and more people participating in the meetings, primarily for an online meeting is concerned. What is the need of the people, right? Next. Okay, so all these I think we covered a little bit. Okay, I'm skipping all these things. I think we covered most of this thing during our discussions. Preside over meeting when necessary, which is natural, I believe. How many of you are given the opportunity by your presidents to preside during their absence? Good, great. Okay. It's natural, right? So, and take that opportunity from hope most of you have played these roles as well as presidents as well, I see from here. What I would encourage is encourage every president or every member who is coming in to have a succession plan as well. Something we'll touch later in another 5 minutes probably is to have an executive committee. How do you plan your succession plan? General trend, what is a vice president education or a vice president membership naturally transits into a vice president education role, or the vice president education moves into a president role. Okay, but especially for vice president education, do you have a team or a pool from which you can choose? Right? It not only gives you a natural succession plan, but also a alternate. If there are multiple members who act as part of this pool, there is variety, new ideas, as well as a choice of people who can better run as the vice president education post your tenure.
See, I have a point. We have associates for each roles, ExCom roles, especially for education team, education membership, public relation. So then in the next term, the associates will be given the chance to play education because they will be shadowing all the time, all 6 months. So from there, it will be easy to find the next contingent for a candidate for VP.
Excellent plan. See, sustainable clubs, when we think about sustainability of a club, it is essential to determine the leadership line, not only in clubs, in just a corporate lineup or an organization, how you run it. It is essential. So from a club perspective, it is essential You have these roles defined. You can engage people. Somebody is really interested in doing a VP later on. They can learn on hand now itself in this tenure. Yeah. Yeah. This answering education program speech contest question, we'll have to learn it as Vice President Education. What is happening across the district area? What is this contest about? How it is run? Even how to run contests within the club? What are the roles that need to be there? Content that needs to be published for running a contest. Keep it handy, either with you or reach out to people who are knowledgeable about it if you are really playing it as a new VP. Assigning a mentor, we covered a little bit. XCOM meetings, there's a mandate. We'll have to have it every quarter as per the district's guidelines. How does your club handle it?
We have it every month.
Every month?
End of every month.
End of every month. Great.
Bi-weekly?
3, 4.
We do it monthly.
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 Monthly, yes.
In our club, we have every week. A weekend we have.
A week, or you meet immediately after the club meeting, is it?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Fortnightly in our club.
Fortnightly. Good to know. Good to know.
So
Yeah.
all
We
the
do go
plans-
by quarterly, and then on need basis we connect regularly.
All right, all right. So good to know, right? So we have constant catch up of how to run the club. XCOM, I believe the XCOM determine how to run the club for that particular term, and with the interest and the commitment from the group makes it whether it is monthly, fortnightly, or weekly. Good to know that all of us have regular catch-ups with the XCOM, right? How to run it. Excellent to know. District council meetings is essential just to get and imbibe what is being handed down from the district. How many of you attended? I did not have the opportunity this time around. How many of you attended? Oh, good to know.
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. So what was the message? Sorry, it's not an interview question. I'm just asking. Cool. Good. Toastmaster Money covered this mostly, right? In terms of facilitating a member on Basecamp, succession plan, we discussed little on that aspect. This is a given your responsibility. I hope the area and division constantly push information back into you, and this is happening. Hope all of us are part of the district broadcast as well. And we have individual groups as well for VPEs and others. Thanks. I noted the time. Okay. Quickly, I'll share a note of one of the best practices I've found in terms, right? So this is Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters plan. If you look at, there are different, there is a plan that is maintained at least for 3 weeks. I'm not going to the latest one. I'm just showing the older one of role players being assigned and what they do. Their pathways record is updated as well, at what level they are. Mentor pool updated as well. Quickly showing, if you start following this DCP level 1, level 2 award and see who is doing it, I think it will help as well. Just download and have it as a template. Showing a glimpse of the Golden Gavel tracker, right? Determining preparation for additional goals, who will be part of that goal in the term. A club success plan is essential, right? Presentations. I said, if you follow the Golden Gavel plan, all your club needs in terms of education will be met, and there will be real variety in what you deliver to the club with joint club meetings, team club meetings, Outdoor meeting, unfortunately, was not possible last year, but I've seen people doing it in the beach, in other places, restaurants, and even football turfs as well. Visiting Toastmaster ensures that we bring in people from outside. Just a glimpse of what I wanted to share from this one, right? So if we plan for it, I think it will do. I hope Karthikeyan, the Vice President Education or President of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters, can share that link with you all if you need as an example. There's already red being shown by Toastmaster Camellia. I hope as trainers, we impart the knowledge what we got and the shared knowledge what we all got from this group to other Vice President Education in our District 120, right? With that note, any questions, anything we want to share with the group, please welcome.
So I wanted to share one thing.
Yep.
To encourage and recognize members to bring involvement, we can introduce gamification or Toastmasters board, kind of how you presented, no? What are all the roles each member is doing in a month. So you can give points to their roles. If it is a speech, you can give 4 points. If it is an evaluation, you can give 3 points. At the end of the month, you can consolidate it and you can give the top 3. You can find the topmost Toastmaster and you can name him as Toastmaster of the month.
Yep.
Many of the times, timer, they will not be ready to take timer. So you can give the points higher, but it should not be higher than speech or evaluation. Grammarian also, they will be hesitant to take. So you can give more points in that area to bring the sportiveness, competitiveness. That is also important.
We are doing this at Medley already.
Yeah. So what I'm showing is an example, right? So it's few clubs follow it already. So you can do what he said, right? In terms of having points, and in this club, in our club we give a book at the end of the month for whoever participated the most and contributed the most. It depends on each club on how we do it. I think in Chennai Speakers Forum, somewhere I've seen they have teams being recognized for being. So if they have a team pool of members who acts as evaluators group or speakers group or role players group, so they evaluate as team who did the best during that month as well. So it depends on the pulse of your club. Just a quick recommendation. It's nice, right? People are looking for awards.
Yeah, I think we just from Wake Up's experience, we picked this up from Medley and as a good practice, and then we slightly customized. We also now encourage members to go and give speeches in other clubs and take up roles in other clubs. So I think this has started working very well, and definitely a bit of motivation for people to take up roles.
Yep. But as VPs, ensure that everybody gets a chance to be part of those roles, right? The more like people really are interested in gamification, they come. But there will be people who will be really running things from behind the scenes as well. Okay, it's essential for us to recognize them as well.